Salute and welcome to the Stories and Cocktails podcast, where you will enjoy an entertaining short story from acclaimed humor columnist Rob Kreider. Story time is the family portion of the show. Then we move on from the stories to the cocktails. This is where the alcohol and the not safe for work portion of the show takes over, as Rob and his wife /editor /muse Sarah Kreider partake in some adult beverages and provide you with a behind the scenes recap of what really inspired the original story. Put your feet up, relax, and enjoy yourself a round of stories and cocktails. Cheers.
This article is called The Tidy Bowl Man on Wheels by Rob Kreider. Hey, that's me. It was all Michael Phelps' fault. While watching hours and hours of the Olympics, waiting to see if he won 175 gold medals in one event, I was subjected to repeat commercials of RV sales and motorhome dealership closeouts. They said there has never been a better time than right now to buy an RV. Never ever? Who could pass that up? After the Olympic closing ceremonies, it was official. Phelps picked up all of his medals, and I picked up a used RV. Did I buy the motorhome because I love camping so much? Nope. Did I buy the motorhome because I love to travel? Not really. So why did I get one? Because a motorhome is just one big gadget. And I, like most men, adore gadgets. My motorhome is like a Swiss Army knife on wheels. Stuff slides out here. There's a secret compartment over there. Another section folds out to make a bed where there was a table. And, best of all, it can make waffles. As soon as I stepped inside and flipped on some switches, I was sold. Then I actually camped in it. I found that the motorhome was actually a lot of work. I was hoping to use the motorhome to get away from home and all the chores that await me there. Chores like cleaning the toilet. Oh wait, the motorhome needs that done. Chores like dishes. Oh wait, the motorhome has dishes that need washing. Then I found out the motorhome requires even more chores than my house, like time to change the brakes. I don't think RV stands for recreational vehicle. Seems more like ridiculous venture. I took a loan out to buy the motorhome, but I made one major mistake. I didn't include in the loan enough money to actually put gas in the 50-gallon tank. I'm no math whiz, but 50 gallons of $4 per gallon is somewhere between $200 and like $1 million. You know, $200 can fetch a pretty nice hotel room on the coast, during the week off season anyway, and somebody else cleans the toilet. Sure, gas is expensive and the motorhome needs to be cleaned a lot, but the good news was it would give me an opportunity to spend quality time with my family. A road trip to break in our new used motorhome, which we nicknamed Phelps, was planned. Now here's the fantastic part about the motorhome. Husbands, fathers, dudes, you are going to like this part. There's absolutely no stopping. Dad, I have to pee. Go pee in the bathroom. Dad, I'm thirsty. Get something out of the fridge. Dad, I'm tired. Lie down and take a nap in the bed. I drove for 6 hours straight without stopping once. A new personal family record. Once I arrived at my destination, I pushed all the cool buttons and switches on my Swiss Army knife RV and it opened up into our new home away from home. I cranked up some Bob Marley on the outside radio, yes, I got that option, and sat in my RV folding chair and enjoyed the sunset. As the sun was setting, my wife, whom I love, ruined the moment when she abruptly announced, "The Blackwater tank is full." For those of you not familiar with RVing, let me enlighten you with some important RV lingo. Blackwater is poo-poo water. I thought the toilet in the RV was magical, but it turns out there's just a large, ugly tank underneath the motorhome filled with human waste. Yuck. And yes, that would be my job, to empty the Blackwater. My family was quickly teaching me to maybe stop at a bathroom during those long road trips. They fixed my wagon, literally. So I flicked all the switches again, transitioning Phelps into a mobile unit, and rolled from our camping spot to a dumping station. This is where I had the wonderful opportunity to run a tube from my motorhome into a stinking hole in the ground where other families on vacation dump their waste. I would like to take this opportunity to make this disclaimer. I don't really enjoy poo. I celebrated the day my children stopped wearing diapers. I don't have a large dog in my backyard because of the one simple fact that I don't want to pick up dog crap. For me, there has to be more to life than cleaning up feces. Regardless of my religious views on turds, I was still squatting down under the motorhome, pulling levers and valves, and allowing gallons of black water to run into the ground. The smell was so rotten and filthy that I considered lighting Phelps on fire and leaving it for the insurance company, just so I would never have to empty the black tank again. Unfortunately, I was in the middle of a forest, and I could just imagine the headlines. California man burns down thousands of acres of national forest in an attempt to avoid emptying RV Blackwater tank. The only thing I could hope for during my arson trial is that the 12 jurors would all be men who at one time in their life had gone through the disgusting process of emptying a black tank. Once I was done emptying the black tank, I used as much soap and water as possible, trying to clean every inch of my body, which just resulted in me filling up the motorhome's gray tank. That's the sink/shower water tank for you non-RVers. I brought Phelps back to the campsite and announced to the entire family, That was the last time anyone will ever use the toilet in this motorhome. Then, to make sure everyone was clear about the new rule, I took some industrial duct tape and I permanently taped the toilet lid shut. By the way, even though I don't have a big dog to clean up after, my neighbor is kind enough to bring his dog over and share some poo with me. Shit.
Okay, folks, it's time to pop that top and let's get to those cocktails.
Hey, welcome to Stories and Cocktails Podcast, drunken portion of the motherfucking show. What's up, baby?
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty damn good. We've had a crazy 2 weeks since last time we were on this microphone.
Have we?
I mean, I would say so.
I was going to ask you because I paid the bills earlier today. This being
That'd be in the first of the month?
the first of the month.
Oh, boy.
And,
this is a bummer then.
yeah, no, I hope we did like a lot of shit because it was not good.
Okay, so you're not in the right place right now. I'm in a happy place, but you're in the I just paid the bills place, which is generally not a great place after we've had a drunken couple of weeks across the country.
Yeah, I mean, I'm drinking rum and Diet Pepsi, hoping to kind of, I don't know, take the edge off, soften the blow, forget our financial troubles.
Well, rum makes it numb. That's the point. That's what you do there.
Good.
I am doing the same, but I'm doing the Diet Coke instead.
Rum is your drink. I don't usually go for that. But yeah, if you say rum makes it numb, I need a little numbing.
Yeah.
It was kind of a big shock.
Good for the pain.
So yeah, what did we do this last month or this last 2 weeks? Where the fuck did all of our money go?
We went to Las Vegas. We saw a magician named Criss Angel.
We started this the last couple of weeks with a trip to Vegas.
During the show, you were having a wonderful time. You were there with our daughter, and you girls were enjoying the show. He's got his shirt off a lot. And suddenly you just looked over and you said out loud for everyone, God to hear, you said, I might name my vibrator Criss Angel.
Did I say that?
You did say that.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Now, I don't take offense to that. I was like, dude, I'll buy you a new vibrator. We'll name it Criss Angel. I'm into it. I like toys. But it was an odd thing to say. I just feel like if we had gone out that same night and saw, let's say Pink was doing a concert, right?
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to name my fleshlight Pink.
Well, first I'd be like, you have a fleshlight?
I don't.
I didn't know about that.
But I needed some equilibrium here.
But if you said like, I'm going to name my left hand Pink.
Well, I wouldn't get much done with that.
Oh, right hand. If you said, I'm going to name my right hand Pink.
I mean, if I name my left hand Pink, I'm like, this is just really frustrating. That's the stranger.
It's obvious what happened. The name of the show was Mind Freak. He freaked with my mind because I don't even remember saying that.
You did say it.
I did. Mind Freak. That says it all.
Now, the reason I didn't get upset about it was because he's an older gentleman.
Yeah, no, dude, what was so crazy about this? So Criss Angel is a magician. If you've been under a rock for the last 30 years and you didn't know that, he's headlined at Vegas or had a residency at Vegas for a long time.
Yeah, he was at Luxor for a while. Now he's at Planet Hollywood.
So we've all gone to magic shows and we know like the magician goes in a box and then he pops up in like another place and you're like, oh, how did he do that?
Abracadabra.
But we've seen enough movies or behind the scenes shit. Like, they're just crawling around on tunnels underneath the stage.
Like the Prestige. Maybe there's two of them.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe there's twins. But what was so impressive about Criss Angel is that he's 57 years old. Even if I knew exactly how he did it, even if like there wasn't a tunnel, I just watched him crawl across the fucking floor at the speed at which he did it and changed his clothes at 57 years old. That was the part that I thought was so fucking impressive.
Well, where I think you got damp in the panties and you decided to name your vibrator Criss Angel was when he...
Again, I don't recall.
Allegedly, you
Allegedly.
said your vibrator should be called Criss Angel and not Rob Kreider. He disappeared from a box and then he appeared right behind us in a seat.
Yeah, and that was a long distance for him to be crawling around under the stands or under the stage.
Reaching up in your skirt on his way.
57 years old. And I don't know about you, but I can't get off the couch without like moaning and groaning and croaking and, like just all these old lady sounds. I didn't hear any old man sounds as he was like skittering underneath the stage and underneath the floor. Like he moved fast for 57. That's what the magic was.
Now, I do have one criticism of the show. The drinks were expensive, as they all are in Vegas. That's fine. I got myself a rum and Coke. And then they started like using this crazy fucking fan to blow garbage all over the stadium. Fine. I've been to enough dirt track races. I got to hold my hand over my drink and block the shit from getting in my drink. But like, it was such a tornado of trash.
Confetti.
That it just ended up being, I got shit in my drink. And I was like bummed about that.
I forgot about that. I did the same thing. I mean, luckily I had just a beer, so I didn't have to cover that much. I just had the small opening of the beer can. But there was so much confetti coming down.
Well, it was a big problem because I also went with the 5-gallon bucket of popcorn. So I was like really protecting the drink because I have my priorities, of course.
So you had a lot of confetti in the popcorn?
A lot of confetti in the popcorn. It's a dark theater. So I'm just like, I'm eating popcorn. I'm eating newspaper. My wife wants to fuck this guy. Like, I don't know if this is a great show or not.
I did not want to fuck him.
You just want your vibrator to be named after him.
I mean, allegedly. So...
It was a hell of a quote, baby. That's all I'm going to say.
The reason we were in Vegas is we had this Christmas idea. We told the kids, you pick it, we'll pay for it. So this was Addie's pick. Addie said, let's go to Vegas. We did Criss Angel, Meow Wolf, Chelsea Handler.
Yep.
It was kind of a funny choice for her. She's 8 months sober. So when she said, let's go to Vegas, I was kind of like, are you, do you need to, is that on a step or something?
I'll put myself in the most challenging place in the world to stay sober.
Do you have to get give a chip back? How does that even fucking work? And so then all of a sudden she's like, I have a bunch of stuff booked. And I was like, wait, you booked stuff at Vegas? No, we don't book stuff because we're too fucking drunk to go. We don't go to shows.
What you do is when you stop stumbling around, it's in front of you. That's what you're doing next.
Yeah,
Am I going to play blackjack here? I guess so. Am I going to see this show? I guess so. Am I going to eat this pizza? Okay.
So we did 48 hours in Vegas. It was very, very, very fast. And we had so much planned in an itinerary. We had dinner reservations, places to be.
Drinks by the pool.
It was the weirdest Vegas. And I shouldn't say the weirdest. It was very, very, very fun. It was a different kind of Vegas than what you and I normally do. So even though our daughter is sober and we wanted to respect that, it turns out you and I couldn't fucking do it.
No, God, no.
We got off the airplane and we hadn't even left the fucking airport yet. And there was a liquor store and we're like, hey, let's go buy alcohol for the room and let's do drinks at the room. And
we were buying liquor in that store like it was duty free and shit. We were out of the country look at this liquor store in the airport. I think it's duty free. Let's buy all our fucking liquor here. I think it'll be a great deal.
It was.
We were out of there for $150.
Yeah, it cost exactly the same amount. Yeah. And Addie, God bless her, she was just getting energy drinks and Gatorades and juice. But we still got drunk.
Yes, we did.
And then you went to Meow Wolf. You and I had gone to Meow Wolf before. You were stoned. I was not. I was dead sober because that's just way too much stimulus for me.
Right.
I said, okay, this time I'm going to pass. I'm going to sleep in. And I was really happy. I sent you guys off to Meow Wolf at 11. And I was like, okay, I'll see you guys at 2. We'll meet at 2 o'clock for some putt-putt mini golf. A new place in Mandalay Bay, Swingers.
That's right, Swingers.
Super fun. But I had penciled in, I'm going to sleep in and do nothing until about 2 o'clock.
So you were saying you had a timeline for when Addie and I leave, when Addie and I come back.
Yes.
I had a similar timeline.
Yes.
Because I had gone to a little place in Vegas and I bought myself some over-the-counter shrooms.
You snuck off by yourself. I didn't even know you did that.
I was on a super secret recon mission for shrooms.
Yeah. I thought you ran off to the bathroom or something and then you came back with a bag of gummy candy and I was like, can I have some of that? And you're like, no, fatso.
You don't want to eat this.
You don't get any. And I was just like, well, you're fucking mean not giving me any of the candy. But then I found out later.
I tried to tell him these are mushrooms. It looks like candy. I'm like, okay. You're like, can I have one? I'm like,
well, I like candy.
Yes. Well,
the next time you go buy drugs that are gummies, get some actual real candy I can have too. You know what I mean? Sharing is caring.
that'd be smarter.
Yeah, just do Rob candy and Sarah candy.
I'm these are gummy bears for you and this is shrooms for me.
Yes.
The lady at the shroom shop was very kind to me and she gave me good advice. Yeah, she gave me good advice. She said, you can always eat more, but you can never eat less. And I was like, oh, that's great advice. So she's like,
you didn't take it though.
No, I did. I didn't eat 10 of them.
Well, okay.
I ate 4 of them.
Yeah.
And so I ate 4 shrooms, and then Addie and I went to Meow Wolf Omega Mart. And if you're not familiar with that, it's this big rad art installation. Imagine your childhood dreams when you were at Chuck E. Cheese times a million, and if you're on acid.
Yeah.
So we go in there, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to just sit here and listen to the music and look at the lights for an hour and a half. Just this one spot. There's one specific spot where I was like, this is my space. I'm going to sit here. Then my daughter sat next to me like this. Okay, we're going to see something else now? I was like, okay, yeah. I've been here before, you haven't. So I wanted to be a good host. So I said, okay, let's go. So she ran me through that thing pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's your jam, but you can go this way and go through a tent. And you go this way, you go through the freezer. Go this way. There's all these different ways to get in this thing. And it's kind of neat from the grocery store. And I was kind of showing the inside stuff. We found a new pathway we hadn't seen before. This rad staircase upstairs.
You guys did tell me about that.
Came out of this big safe.
I did have a little bit of FOMO.
Yeah, that was neat. And then ultimately, I'm kind of starting to feel the drugs kick in, but I'm not quite in the zone yet. You want to peak at a certain place.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, let's go. And I'm like, go? Back in to see this other room? Because that room was really cool. She's like, no, let's leave. Leave this where we came. We just paid all this money to be here. I just took all these fucking drugs. I don't think we should leave. She's like, let's get an Uber. I'm like, okay, fucking Uber.
So yes, she was texting me at 12:15 and she was like, okay, Dad and I are heading back. Where are we meeting for lunch? And I was like, at 2 o'clock? She was like, no, we're heading back. I'm like, I still have freaking room service breakfast here that I'm working on. I don't know why you're texting me at 12:15. And 2, I've already done this whole Meow Wolf, you get high, I stay sober, I watch you drool. I've done that at 3 different Meow Wolves now. So
yeah.
I wasn't looking to have you back because I knew what it's like.
Denver, Santa Fe, Vegas. You're like, I don't need this shit.
I was texting her and I'm like, well, how's Dad? And she's like, he's chill. I'm like, oh, fuck. Don't bring him back.
Don't bring him back. Well, I think she must listen to you because I believe that we got an Uber and then we were driving down like the outside of the strip, kind of back to the strip. That just kind of shitty part of Vegas. It just looks like hell.
Yeah.
We stop at a red light and we're just sitting there and we're waiting. And I'm kind of losing my mind because now the drugs have fully fucking peaked and time has completely stopped. We're just going nowhere. And so I'm tripping balls and I'm like texting Addie. I'm like, hey, just checking in. Is this the longest red light in the world or am I super fucked up?
You're texting her as you sit right next to her in the Uber.
Yeah, because I didn't want to tell the Uber driver that I was fucking high as balls.
Right.
Because then the government comes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we all know when you're high. If you tell anyone you're high,
Yeah.
they immediately call a task force. They pull the car over. You're pulled into this concrete room.
That's why I
and
don't
you
do
go
it.
to drug prison.
That's why I don't fucking do it. You know how paranoid I get.
I was trying to keep it on the down low. So Addie's like, you're fine. It is a long red light. I was like, okay, cool. Now I'm going to have to hand it off to you. I don't know what happens next. I do know that I decided that the only way I could probably feel better is if I drink as many espresso martinis as possible.
Yes.
And eat as many desserts as possible. For whatever reason, I thought caffeine, alcohol, and sugar was the only thing that was going to bring me down off this shroom high.
You did that.
So was I successful in eating those and drinking those things?
You ate all of the sugar and drank all of the caffeine and drank all of the booze in all of Las Vegas.
All of Las Vegas.
It didn't change your demeanor at all. You were still kind of like drooling. Although, you know what, motherfucker, you did beat me.
Did I beat you in putt-putt golf?
Yes. We still did do that.
You lost to a guy on shrooms in
Yes.
putt-putt golf?
Yes. So that pisses me off. We got lunch. We were staying at MGM Grand, and in MGM, they've turned their regular old like casino floor cafe into the Netflix and chill themed cafe. It's still just a fucking cafe. It's just, instead of getting chicken fingers, you're getting Squid Game chicken fingers. It was pretty underwhelming.
I'm going to say a big thumbs down on this. They had a lot of advertisement for it, and people are super excited about it because you get like these wacky little things served to you, but it's just a fucking cafe. I doubt when we go back to Vegas, it's still up in business. It'll be fucking gone.
It was also insanely expensive. And we ordered so much fucking food. It was pretty cute. They had the Bridgerton tea service and it came and it was like the 3-tiered plates.
Well, it was all lost on me because I'd never seen Bridgerton. But
I hadn't either.
Is there sugar in this?
But you understand that they're British and this was like tea service.
I don't even think I understood that, to be honest.
We got the tea and then
I
it
had
was
no fucking idea what was going on.
It was little finger sandwiches.
I'm like, why is this plate 3D?
So it was one plate of finger sandwiches, and that's what I liked because I wanted the sandwiches. And then it was 2 plates of just fucking pastries and cakes and so much of it. And you went to fucking town on that. I didn't have any of it. Addie maybe had like 1 or 2 pieces, and it was macaroons and truffles and like all this fucking British dessert shit that I'd never even seen before. And you were just eating that. And the only reason I bring this, I'm not trying to shame you.
Well, I mean, I'm fat now, that's for sure.
It was the biggest lunch we'd ever had. And like we left there and I kid you not, you were like, should we go get some dessert somewhere? Like, what the fuck? That was like the whole day. We went to Swingers in Mandalay Bay, the new putt-putt golf place, which was super, super cute.
Awesome place.
Can't wait to go back.
They serve you drinks while you're playing golf. It's awesome.
Yeah, can't wait to go back and do a rematch. I'm sure I'll get beat again. But even there, you're just like, do you guys have a dessert menu? It's cool you're serving us these drinks while we play, but like a couple of snacks or something. Just all day long, all you did was chase desserts.
So you're telling me that I was holding an espresso martini with one hand, a golf club with the other, high on shrooms, and I beat you.
Oh, yeah.
Did I spill the drink a lot?
No, you got a couple holes in one. It was actually
a couple holes
it was pretty fucking impressive.
Well, maybe you should name your vibrator Rob Kreider after that fucking magic trick.
And then Addie, she didn't even want to go. She didn't even want to fucking do it. She beat me.
Oh, honey.
Why do I keep
so
playing miniature golf? Everyone beats me.
Your time will come eventually. I don't even remember playing the game.
Then we leave Mandalay. We go over to
Vanderpump.
in Paris because that's super, super cute. Looks like a little garden and all this shit. And Addie hadn't seen it.
It's a posh bar.
We get there and you order an espresso martini and it comes with a fucking donut and a piece of chocolate or something on it. Your drink came with this fucking pastry covered in powdered sugar balanced on the top of your glass. And then it had a piece of chocolate that said like Vanderpump. Like it was pretty, but it was still chocolate. And this was after all the other desserts. Then you fucking ordered a whole, like whatever they were, crumpets, eclairs, donuts, dumplings. I don't know what the fuck they were. You ordered a whole plate of them and you ate those too. Like you just ate dessert all day long everywhere we went. And that is so not like you. So that was the shrooms.
I was just trying to land that plane, dude.
Yeah.
That night I had these crazy dreams of seahorses and like the Never Ending Story movie when we were kids, and it was like just fucking crazy shit.
Don't do that again.
So we saw Chelsea Handler.
Yeah.
Great show, super funny. Our daughter, who's a stand-up comedian, has met her before and was super excited to be there.
So we had no idea who Chelsea's opener would be. And all day we were kind of like, oh, I wonder who it's going to be or if she's even going to have one. I mean, she's Chelsea Handler. It's like her residency. There's not like a flyer on the internet. You can look it up and say, who's your opener? This woman came out and opened for Megan.
Yeah, Megan Gailey.
Pregnant. She was hilarious. I mean, I really thought she was funny because
She was really funny.
And a lot of her comedy was like mom themed and pregnancy themed. But then we're leaving. We're in the airport the next day, and it was Saturday. Addie had a show on Monday in Los Angeles.
Hollywood Improv.
We're getting on the airport, and Addie's now like, okay, I'm done with Vegas. I got to start thinking about my show, thinking about my set, whatever. She looks up her flyer, and Chelsea's opener is the headliner. So Addie ended up being 1 degree of separation away from Chelsea Handler, which I thought was fucking insane.
And 48 hours difference. So
Yeah.
this chick opens for Chelsea, then Addie opens for her. Within
Yeah.
48 hours, 2 different cities. Pretty neat. It was pretty awesome. So congratulations, Addie. That was badass.
Yeah, it's like Addie's like 1 step away from being Chelsea Handler,
I guess so, yeah.
right?
That 30 years, a few TV shows, 8 books.
But I mean, I think Chelsea owns like 3 homes or something like that. So
She's a wealthy lady.
we're 1 step away from our daughter owning 3 homes.
One problem with Chelsea Handler's comedy is it's very unrelatable to anyone who's not the 1% because she's just like, I'm just a pretty blonde lady who's super fucking rich. Let me tell you all these crazy stories about my life. And I'm like, that's funny story, but not relatable to anybody in this audience at fucking all.
Yeah, no, she told us this whole story. I say it like she told us, like personally, like we were over at her house for dinner. I mean, Addie's 1 degree of separation away from her, but we were just audience members. So she told the whole audience about her house in Monaco, the Maldives. It's a place I didn't even know where it fucking was. I still don't know. The reason I can't remember what it was is because I'm just like, I don't know this fucking place. Not only does she own homes like all over the globe, she owns homes in tropical locations that I don't even know they exist.
Well, is it Monaco or is it tropical? Do you even know what you're talking about?
No, that's the point.
Right.
Totally unrelatable.
I guess so, yeah. Totally unrelatable. Totally
I'm
unrelatable.
agreeing with you.
Okay, I know. It's just, I'm amazed at how little you know about it.
I mean, you can make fun of me about my fucking geography. I know it starts with an M. It's a place I never even fucking heard of
I don't even remember being at the show, barely. I mean, fucking barely hanging on. I was so full of caffeine, sugar, alcohol, and shrooms.
Yeah.
Just trying to survive the fucking night.
Yeah, I just had this anchor. I was dragging along like, come on, honey, let's go to Chelsea Handler now.
I'm trying to get right for the show. So then we were waking up in Vegas. We were a cab ride, a plane ride, and a car ride to Morro Bay. We literally went from Vegas to the airport and drove to Morro Bay to see our man, Mickey Avalon.
I had a baby named Jane, she could shake that thing. Said her daddy used to hang with Johnny Coltrane.
Yeah, we had no time to spare. We had to get to Morro Bay to see
Mickey Avalon.
at the Siren in Morro Bay.
Mickey Avalon, those of you who are ill-informed, he is a white Jewish rapper who does like X-rated rap songs, which are absolutely fantastic and hilarious.
And he's our age. He's an old
our
guy.
age. He's an old guy, but he doesn't look, I mean, he looks our age, I guess.
Well, I mean, if you listen to his songs and you think there's any truth to him, he did a lot of fucking drugs. So he should look older than us. He actually is holding up pretty well. I think he's sober now, though.
It seemed like it.
Yeah.
We were not.
We were not.
So yeah, we got really hammered at the show. And then I had a surprise for you. Finagled a way to see him backstage. You and myself and Skylar and Lisa and Lindsay. We all got to go backstage and see Mickey.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was rad.
He's been around for 15, 20 years.
Sounds right. I'd say 20 years.
He was the first and possibly only artist produced by MySpace.
Correct. He was the first person to get a record deal from MySpace.
Yeah. And so that goes to show how old he is and how long he's been around because fuck, MySpace practically predates me. I didn't have a MySpace account. Did you?
No.
And I guess it's not because I'm so young. It was just...
We were too old.
No, we weren't. That's not right. Everyone was doing it. We were too married and had too many
Children. Well, I say old. I mean, we were just in a different place in our lives. We had jobs. We had a mortgage. We had kids.
Yeah.
We had to go to fucking preschool and soccer practice.
Everyone else that we knew was on MySpace, but we weren't. We were just like, that just sounds like a lot of trouble.
Yeah, it sounds like a place to get divorced.
Yeah, that sounds like trouble I don't need. But he was on MySpace. Somehow you heard of him. So you bought the CD and you played the CD for me. And I was kind of like, this is too shocking. I'm too vanilla for this. I can't do it. Because it was all about him just being a hustler and being a drug addict.
Being a gay prostitute.
Yeah, he's rapping about it. And I'm just like trying to drive to work and be a teacher. And this fucking CD is in my car. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like I would get to work and I'd be like, I feel dirty. I felt like if I knew this was the shit my 7th grade math teacher listened to, that it's like I could never fucking learn any math from this woman. You know what I mean? It just felt irresponsible. But then it was, I don't know, I kind of like it was like rebellious. You know what I mean?
It was your dirty little secret.
It was my dirty little secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like this closeted.
He's got this really
Mickey
great
Avalon
velvety
fan.
voice, and he sings about the nastiest shit, and it's hilarious.
And he definitely has like a nice hook.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we've been listening to Mickey Avalon for fucking ever.
Every album.
And what's nice about Mickey Avalon is he's really not that famous. famous. So you can go see him for $20. And he plays the Siren in Morro Bay is just kind of like this dive bar in Morro Bay.
Probably holds 600 people.
No, I don't even, the 60 people maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always bad at those numbers.
I am too.
Maybe 350
Let's say
people.
between 60 and 600. But you can go see him for cheap. He plays pretty locally.
We've seen him in Fresno. We've seen him in LA. We've seen him in San Diego. We've seen him everywhere.
Yes. You gave me this nice gift with the backstage passes, but I know at one point in the night, I thought to myself, okay, I'm not going to go get another beer because my memory is so bad. I'm starting to forget things. Like I'm forgetting these great experiences. I didn't know about the meet and greet. I was just, I don't want to forget this concert. I'm not going to go have another beer. But then I said to myself, shit, you've seen Mickey Avalon so many fucking times. You could probably sing the songs. Like you could put on the show. You know it this fucking well.
We don't remember this shit.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't need to remember it. I need to have another beer. So then I just kept drinking. And then all of a sudden you're like, hey, we're going to go backstage. We got a meet and greet with him. You know, and I was like, oh, well, fuck. Like, you should have told me that 4 beers ago because I remember absolutely fucking nothing about meeting him.
Well, you bought a bunch of stuff from the merch table. You bought some artwork of his.
Don't remember that either.
By him.
Wow,
you got
I'm a big
couple
fucking
t-shirts.
fan.
Yeah, you are a big fan. And then you met his wife, Mickey Avalon. She got a little snippy with you because you were looking at a t-shirt behind the table or something. She's like, hey. So you guys worked it out because you bought some merch.
Well, I would hope so because I did tell you I paid the fucking bills this morning, right?
Yes, exactly.
I saw very much how much all of that cost.
Why don't you just get back to the rum? Remember, rum keeps you numb.
I would hope that Minnie was very, very fucking nice to us.
Actually, she was. What she did was she took all your merch and she bagged it all up and she held it for you during the concert so you could get fucked up and party.
Oh, that's
and then
nice of her.
she went and got us and grabbed your bag for you and said, come on back. You're going to meet Mickey. She really did take absolutely great care of us. Went backstage. Mickey Avalon comes out and then you just have this smile on your face. You're not really talking to him. You're just kind of staring at him. And so next thing we know, he's signing your breast. He's signing his name on your t-shirt on your breast. And I allowed that. And then you got mad at me. You're like, don't speak for me. You don't tell me what he can and can't do. I'm like, no, you want this. I mean, your vibrator's already named Criss Angel. Now we're backstage with Mickey Avalon. He's going to sign your titty. And I told him it's okay. He looked at me, he's like, it's okay. I'm like, yeah, she's my wife, but you can sign her titty.
I'm glad you guys worked it out.
Yeah, we worked it out.
That I just could like stand there numb and I didn't, have to give any consent.
Well, I grabbed a pen and I went to sign his wife and he looked at me and he said, no. So I was like, oh, it's not like an equal tit for tat thing.
But
Like,
again,
sweet, sign titties.
Me and Minnie, we had nothing to say about this.
Yeah,
We
no, of course not.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, he said no. I said yes. So that's where the situation is.
So, yeah, I don't really remember that. I did wake up the next day and I was wearing my Mickey Avalon t-shirt. And the funny thing is that Mickey Avalon t-shirt that I was wearing, that wasn't even merch that we bought that night. That was merch that I had bought the last time.
You're the girl
I'd
who
seen him.
wears the band t-shirt of the concert going to.
Yeah, I had to show up with my Mickey Avalon shirt that I bought the last time I saw him.
So you know, like, hey, I've heard of him first, bitches.
But then he signed it. What if I had been wearing some other thing, like you do, where you're like, oh, I'm not going to go to a Mickey Avalon concert wearing a Mickey Avalon shirt. What if I had done that and I had been wearing some other white, Jewish, almost 50-year-old rapper's t-shirt? Mickey Avalon would have signed that and that wouldn't make any fucking sense.
He was happy to put his hand on your breast. He would have signed anything you put in front of him. But I did say, hey, if you're signing stuff, can you sign this artwork for me? And then he's like, that one's already signed. And I'm like, sign it again. And he looked at me and goes, okay. He fucking signed it again. And I was like, I need to see you sign it. Like, I got some fucking counterfeiter bringing fucking art to Mickey Avalon concerts and overcharging me for these watercolor photos. I'm like, I need to see you sign it. So now we have a piece of Mickey Avalon art signed twice and your breast.
I'm surprised you didn't tell him. I need to see you paint this.
Can I get a little more red back here? I think a little more shading behind the cheekbone.
Paint this right now, right in front of me.
Exactly. Is this a fucking color by number or what?
So now it's kind of embarrassing. When I think about how many Mickey Avalon t-shirts I own, we now own his signed artwork twice.
Signed twice.
It's getting a little embarrassing.
The next day we had plans to leave town. We skipped those plans. We actually had to call the hotel room and say, yeah, listen, don't come to our room and don't try to clean it. We're not leaving. Just book us another night. We're staying.
Yeah, we were lucky.
And then I jammed off and I went to a place called High Street Deli in Los Osos, California. Probably one of the best delis on the planet. And it hooked us up with some fantastic sandwiches, some sandos.
Some sandos.
We ate those in bed, and then it was the next day again. That was basically the full extent of our day was wake up, eat sandos, next day.
We might need an intervention. I feel like I say that a lot.
Too many sandwiches?
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. It's funny when I say it's a little bit embarrassing, like that I've seen Mickey this many times and, we have his artwork signed twice and I've got a t-shirt that was signed by him. And I mean, we're just huge fans. I see Mickey with you. And then when you can't go, I drag my friend Rachel with me. So there was one summer where I saw him down in Hermosa Beach with one of you. I don't remember because I've seen him in Hermosa with each one of you. So I don't remember which trip it was, but I saw him in Hermosa Beach. And then maybe you and I saw him in Fresno. And then Rachel and I went up to Sacramento and we saw him again. And it was all within like a 3-week period or something. I was at his concert in Sacramento. So I'm there with other people who are also there to see Mickey Avalon. And we're all talking about how great he is and how excited we are to be there. We're doing that thing where you start like, I guess, dick measuring and I saw him here and I saw him here and I've seen him this many times or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, I saw him at Fresno and I saw him in Hermosa Beach a couple weeks ago. And all of a sudden, this girl, this random fucking stranger, looks at me and she's like, you've seen Mickey Avalon 3 times in the last 4 weeks? And I was like, yeah, because I'm fucking cool. And she's just like, you're fucking nasty.
Well, he is a very, very dirty rapper. So the fact that you're just like, yeah, I saw him 3 times all over the state.
Remember when we said he was my guilty pleasure or, I was a closet fan? Maybe we should go back to that.
Just don't tell anybody.
Just don't tell anybody.
Shame.
Yeah.
First time we saw him, Kesha opened for him in San Luis Obispo, which was crazy.
She was like 19 years old or something. She was minutes away from blowing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw her first.
Good show.
You know what? Next time I see Mickey Avalon, I'm wearing a Kesha t-shirt.
Oh, maybe I did talk to him about seeing Kesha in St. Louis. I can't remember.
You did. I don't remember you doing it, but you told me the next day when we were eating our sandwiches and we couldn't leave the hotel room because we were so fucking sick.
Yes.
You told me that you said it to him and he was like, oh yeah, we brought that little kid with us or something like that. Like something really cute and like fatherly.
Brought her out on tour.
Yeah, something like that.
So after Vegas and Mickey Avalon, what happens next? I actually don't remember.
We've just been getting our life back together.
No, because we just went and saw Morrissey.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count?
Yeah, shit we do here in Fresno doesn't
Well, we
count.
got pretty wrecked there too.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about how I lost 2 days in the last 2 weeks. Maybe I shouldn't go to concerts.
You do like to party at concerts. I do want to talk about Morrissey because some friends came with us.
No, it was actually incredible seeing Morrissey.
Morrissey was fantastic. Morrissey, lead singer of The Smiths, who had, of course, the great album Meet His Murder. Fantastic British pop artist. His voice is absolutely amazing. Crushed it. We all got partied up pretty good. Our friends Ben and Amy were there. They bought some merch. He has a song called Shoplifters of the World Unite. He sells a tote bag that says Shoplifters of the World Unite.
Yeah.
They don't let you shoplift it though. They make you fucking buy it.
Yeah.
So she bought one and a t-shirt and a poster. She went crazy. She loves Morrissey like you love Mickey Avalon.
Yeah.
She bought all the shit at the merch table. Then we go to the after party and she has lost the bag.
Amy did.
Amy lost the bag.
Yeah.
Ben is trying to find the bag.
We had Ashley with us too.
And yeah, we were all on high alert. Find this shit.
I think someone fucking shoplifted that bag from her.
Well, I mean, it's on the bag. It says
Yeah.
to do it. So she got shoplifted. She lost it. Now we're all pretty fucked up. A lot of tequila that night. And then Amy is from Louisiana and she has this incredibly cute Louisiana accent. I'm going to try to replicate it because she gave me the quote I'll never forget. She's just really bummed about losing this fucking bag. She's holding her head on the table and she's like, I love the man and I celebrate his catalog, but I gotta eat meat. I gotta eat meat. And so I was like, holy shit. Because he actually had PETA out in front of the fucking show, making sure that people are excited about not eating meat.
They were also giving away, I don't know if you noticed, they were giving away a vegan magazine as you walked in. It was like they were like trying to hand us dog shit or something. Like no one was taking that fucking magazine. They were just like, it's got great recipes.
Dude, I still get in and out of my fingertips. I'm not going to grab this vegan magazine.
Yeah, I was like, fuck off with that fucking vegan bullshit.
Hey, look, no, people who wanted to be vegan, I'm all for it. But ultimately, it's just we eat meat.
Morrissey, he's known for like, there's been venues where he just flat out wouldn't even play at all because it smelled like meat.
Walked in and walked out. Addie worked a show for him in LA where they had to make sure it didn't smell like hot dogs and change the menu
Yeah.
before he'll play. He will not play an event if they serve meat.
Now, he is 65 years old. And I mean, I just talked about like Criss Angel, like that he could move that fast at 57 and not make old man noises. Morrissey, he sounded the same as he did 30 years ago and looked great. I enjoyed the concert, but I'm not like a Morrissey fangirl. And we were around Morrissey fangirls.
Massive fans.
We were around Morrissey fanboys. Like at the after party, I felt a little left out because everyone basically was talking about how they wanted to hop on that 65-year-old dick and how sexy it was. Like I was hearing that from everyone.
So you weren't like, I want to
From
name
men,
my
from
vibrator
women.
Morrissey?
No, I was just
I
like,
already got a Criss Angel. I don't need
yeah, I was
Morrissey.
like, yeah, I'm not really. I mean,
Not
I
your
enjoyed
go-to.
the concert, but not my go-to.
Okay. Well, he played great. Good time. We never did find that bag. The after party got closed down early because 2 toilets got plugged and it flooded the floor with poo and pee.
Oh my God, I was so pissed.
And then there's a situation where they're trying to get everybody out of there because there's no fucking plumbing. So the party's over. They're like, you got to get the fuck out of here. So Ashley goes to get one more round and they tell her no.
Yeah.
So the master of ceremony says, last call. We got to get the fuck out of here, right? So then you go, well, he said last call. I'm going to go get a drink for us. And then Ashley goes, hey, they're not serving drinks.
No, you know what the funny thing is that I didn't even want another drink. I just was upset by the injustice of it. Because I saw Ashley go to the bar and I saw them say, no, we're closed. And then the DJ says, last call. I just thought that was bad communication amongst the staff, and it pissed me off.
So you get up and leave the table. Our friends are at the table with me, and you leave. And they all kind of look at me like, what the fuck's happening? I'm like, well, you're about to find out. So I am narrating what is occurring. I can't hear it, right? But I can see the body language. So first of all, there's people standing around. You go right to the front because you're a fucking total Karen. And you pretty much just knock other people out of the way.
Okay, you couldn't see it. The other people that was staff, they were counting. It was very clear that they were closing. They had the cash drawers out on the bar. They were counting the cash out. The manager was standing there on the other side, like on the customer side of the bar, watching his bartenders like count the cash out. So all signs pointed to this is closing.
Except for what the DJ said.
The DJ said last call.
So this is what I'm narrating to our friends because I can see the hand gesturing. You go in, you lean over the bar. You're over the bar. You already have one hand up and a finger up, pointing to the DJ.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, she's informing that the DJ just said something. Last call. That means one more drink. And then I see this bartender put her hands up like this, like she gives up. Like, I give up. And she's backing up. Like, I can't help you. I can't help you. I can't help you.
She was looking at the manager who I had already pushed out of the way. She's like looking at him and she's like, I don't know. What are we doing? Or is it last call? Are we still serving? And then I kind of looked at the manager too. I don't know if you saw this part or you narrated this part, but I was like, do you guys want to make money or not?
Oh, I didn't hear you get that shitty about it. I did say she's talking to the manager now. So here's the funny part. No one needs more drinks, and nobody really wants more drinks. And the place stinks like piss and shit anyway. We want to get the fuck out of there. The lights are coming on.
It was the
a
injustice of it.
Here's the thing. I see you look back, and you put up 5.
Well, there's 5 of us.
5 drinks.
There's 5 of us.
So you order 5 drinks. So I go, here they come, 5 drinks. Now, you think the table would celebrate and rejoice? Like, oh my God, we won. You know what the reaction was? Of fucking course.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
They were
Ashley was
pissed.
fucking pissed. She's like, this is fucking bullshit. They told me no. Fucking Sarah goes over there, gets whatever she wants. I go, you know that about Sarah, right? She gets whatever she wants. That's how it works in the world for Sarah. She gets whatever she fucking wants. You show up. You just got like 5 tequilas. Like you're like, just give me 5 fucking tequilas. You got tequila for everybody.
She looks at the manager and she's like, are we closing or whatever? And then she says, well, we close at midnight. Well, I looked at my fucking watch.
It was 15 minutes till.
And I said, well, it's 11:45 then.
Yep.
So that's plenty of time. 15 minutes. Give me another round.
Yeah, I narrated that part. I'm like, there she is, showing the official time. The official time is not midnight.
But then what pissed me off is they basically were like, okay, fine, we'll serve you these drinks. And I come back to the table all triumphant. And then it's like 11:47. And now
Get the fuck
the
out.
bouncers are coming around. And they're like, okay, drink up, get out, get out,
back,
get out.
knock it back.
Knock it back. And I was like, we just got these. We're going to sit here until fucking midnight and we're going to drink these. And he's like, no, you're not. You're going to go stand over by the door.
You're going to stand in front of a trash can, drink as fast as you can
Yeah.
before you get the fuck out.
So then I was like, okay, well, give me a fucking to-go cup. And he's like, well, I can't do that. And then I'm just like such a bitch.
You're like, you got a problem then.
Yeah, I'm just like slowing down. I'm just like, can I
This is exactly what you did.
can I have a smaller straw so that I can drink this slower?
You took the longest walk in the world to go 40 feet from our table to the door. And I'm just standing at the door just chugging tequila. Like, let's just go.
In my defense, though, I did tip. I think I gave like 100% tip. I think I matched it.
Which is why you're pissed we're going to have to throw these down our throats because we paid so much for them.
Yeah, but also why you guys were pissed at me because I came back with tequila and I thought I was all triumphant and it was well tequila. So you guys were like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, this is 5 drinks that none of you could fucking get. And you guys were all, this tequila tastes like ass. And then
No, but me and Ashley have been drinking the good tequila all night together, and you show up at the well at the end.
Yeah, you outed me and you're like, oh, she always gets well tequila. And I'm just like, hey, this tequila is a lot weller than the fucking tequila that you have.
This is part of my narration. I'm like, watch right now. She's going to act like she's a big baller. Like, you want to make money or not? And then she's going to order fucking well tequila. She's going to tip on the well tequila price.
But still, that's why I could afford to give the big tip. And I also knew I needed to because I was like really throwing a lot of attitude.
So this is part of the bills you paid this morning. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
that just looked like we spent a lot of money at Morrissey.
Yeah, I did see that. And I was like, oh, God damn it.
So I said, hey, everybody, after party at the Brig. And it worked. We got to the Brig, and there was like 30 people already there that were standing in the parking lot with us before we left.
I'm going to say 6 people, but
Maybe 8.
I like your enthusiasm.
Well, if you were me, it was 16 because I was fucking blurry-eyed as shit.
Yeah.
Then I tried to play pool. I don't play pool drunk as well as I play putt-putt golf because Amy, with her sweet little Louisiana accent, kept saying like, "Am I stripes? Am I stripes?" She couldn't fucking even sell what she was playing. Kicked my ass in pool. Just absolutely fucked me up in pool.
I came over there and I watched her. She did that. Oh, what am I again? My straps are solids. And you said stripes. And then she hits a striped ball into like the corner pocket or whatever. And she's like, ah, damn, I scratched, didn't I? And I was like, no, Amy, your stripes. And then she just kicked your fucking ass.
Oh, I
told you,
fucked
you
me up.
got fucking beat by someone who didn't even know if she was stripes or solids.
Also lost a lot of merch she bought. Not only did they lose the bag, I got a text the next morning that said, we lost the t-shirt and the fucking poster as well. We lost everything.
Aww.
But they did get a Morrissey sweatshirt, which they don't know how they got because they didn't buy it.
Maybe they traded.
There was just a lot of losing shit during the night. Brig, some of the best priced drinks in town. Their top shelf is more of a bottom shelf situation.
I don't know that I'll be hurrying to go back to the Brig.
I had a good time there.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Do you remember getting yelled at by the oldest living bartender?
Not me.
He just started screaming, there's a drink on the pool table. There's a drink on the pool table. It was scary. I was alarmed. Ellie was like, is there fire? Like, oh my God, do I duck and cover? What
Is
do
there
I
a drive-by
do?
shooting on Blackstone?
Yeah, like what? Stop, drop, and roll. And then it was like, for heaven's sake, who was the idiot that put the drink on the fucking pool table?
This place doesn't look fancy enough to care, but ultimately
They cared very much.
it did care very much about it. I definitely pulled a felony there at
Yeah.
the Brig. You emergency evac'd us out of there.
I
don't
did.
know how. I just know that next thing I know, poof,
Yeah, so I Ubered us out of there.
you did. Speaking of toilets that overflow, we have a story this week called Tidy Bowl Man on Wheels, published in the Santa Maria Sun, October 15th, 2008. This story is about our first RV, which we call Phelps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Michael Phelps, the man who's won more gold medals than anyone in the history of the Olympics. In 2008, he was absolutely dominating and going to break the record. And we watched all those because you were a swimmer in college.
So two things were happening in '08. Michael Phelps was dominating the Olympics and the economy was in the fucking shit.
Collapsing.
And things like RVs, recreational vehicles,
Yeah, exactly.
they were rock bottom. Like they couldn't give these fucking things away.
They could not because no one could get a loan to get them. That's one of the reasons.
And for whatever reason, they were just like, we're going to spend our last pennies
On all the advertising
during the
during
Olympics.
And here's the thing, folks. Advertising works. They sent us that fucking ad every single commercial break. And finally, I'm like, you know what, honey? We should get an RV.
I mean, Michael Phelps winning his first gold medal, we were like, an RV someday. His third gold medal, we're like, oh, I don't know, maybe sooner than later. By the seventh gold medal, we were like, okay, let's go.
We'll own one by tonight.
Let's go. Yeah.
So we went down and we're trying to get a good deal on it. And I'm like whittling them down as far as I can because we only have so much money we can spend. Like whatever the bank approved, that's what we're getting this thing for or not.
I hate when they're, well, let me go talk to my manager. Let me go talk to, and they do the back and forth and they go back to like the secret room.
They just go back there and laugh at us.
I'm like, I'll just walk back there. Take me out of this stupid room and put me in that room. Like, because I'm tired of watching you walk back and forth. Like, this is stupid.
I do like bringing you because you're a math teacher, so you're always very good at it. Because they would come back and like, oh, no, we are going to hook you up. We have found a way to lower your payments. And you're like, wait a second, you made the loan longer and now I'm paying $5,000 more for the car.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
you. And so I was like, oh, you guys messed up, dude. She's a math teacher, motherfucker.
Now we all have cell phones, so we all have calculators. But back in the day, I could get at least $2,500 shaved off of any sticker price just because I had a calculator in my purse.
Yeah, you would pull that sucker out.
Like we would
"Oh,
go to
shit."
the room and they would sit us down and
Before
they
the internet.
start to pull our credit report or whatever. And then I would just like get myself settled and like, oh, I got a little chapstick and oh, hang on, let me get like a little piece of paper and a pencil so I can take notes. And then I would pull like a calculator out. And yeah, this was back before smartphones. And they're like, you have a calculator in your purse? I'm like, well, I'm not going to let you fucking screw me. You know what I mean? I can carry a condom or I can carry a calculator, but I'm not going to let you fuck me.
I do not want to be fucked, sir. So I talked to the guy. He's like, well, I'm going to have to call the owner, wake him up to get this kind of approval. I'm like, you think I give a shit, buddy? Call the fucking owner, wake him up. Because listen, here's what I know. You guys are out of business in like a week. You guys are fucked. You're not going to have a job here.
All of a sudden you were like an expert in the economy and in sales and in used vehicle sales. And you're just like, and I was like, you don't fucking know any of this shit, but you're just wheeling and dealing and demanding things. And I'm just like, look, none of this matters. The bank has approved us for this much. So you give it to us for this much or you don't.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
You guys choose your own adventure.
Yeah. And
they did.
luckily they
He
did.
said, you know what? Turns out the price of this RV is exactly what you're approved for.
Actually, that was like really cool because we bought that RV in '08 and then we sold it 8 years later. And I think we damn near sold it for what we bought it for.
We did do well on that RV.
Yeah. And then that set us up to buy our current RV Tiki. But now RV Tiki is getting a little long in the teeth.
Yeah, and the tooth, they say.
Yeah.
We're looking to upgrade possibly.
Speaking of rum, I need some more.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to need a few more shots so that I get the courage up to buy a new RV. No, I'm just
Exactly.
kidding.
Well, with this RV, we'll do what we've always done. We'll let the bank decide if we should buy an RV.
Yeah, I love that. That's been our motto.
It's worked for us this long.
I know. Let's let the bank decide.
Yeah, I don't have to make any financial decisions. The bank decides if I can or not. They say, he's got the buying power. I'm like, looks like I got it. Let's do it. All right, well, listen, Mrs. Kreider, why don't we raise a glass and go fill you up that cup and get some more rum
Yep.
and enjoy a week in Fresno.
And we are not spending any fucking money.
No more money.
Party's over.
Except for $250,000 RV. Raise your glass and cheers.
And that was Last Call. You did it. You survived an episode of Stories and Cocktails. But did Rob or Sarah's liver survive the show? I don't know. Tune into the next episode to find out, to enjoy some more stories and some more cocktails. By the way, if you want to support the debauchery of the show, then buy the host their next round by Venmoing a couple of gold doubloons at Stories and Cocktails. Back in the day, a gold doubloon was only $4 Spanish. Who knew? Well, folks, I'll be right here behind the bar, cleaning the glassware and awaiting your return to the Stories and Cocktails podcast. Cheerio, friends.
If you enjoy hearing Rob Kreider's different humor columns here on the Stories and Cocktails podcast, then I promise you will love his novel, Cadet Blues. Cadet Blues is Rob's hilarious tell-all about desperately trying to survive the shock and awe boot camp-style training at the California Highway Patrol Academy. People from all different walks of life have come to love this book because Cadet Blues is simply a crazy good read. Heartfelt, inspiring, and damn funny. It's available in paperback through Amazon, eBay, or cadetblues.com, where you can get free shipping and a personalized autographed book. Or you can download a digital copy of Cadet Blues from Amazon Kindle, Barnes & Noble Nook, or Apple iBooks. Do yourself a favor and check out the novel, Cadet Blues.